Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. We'll be giving you all the first appearance in your comic shops today. Now this week we got a pretty good lineup for you guys. I think we have 4 first appearances, 4 honorable mentions, so 8 titles in all to go through. There's definitely some books in there worth picking up for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week, ending October 18th, 2024. First up from Marvel Comics, Crypt of Shadows #1. This features the first appearance of Joshua Joven, a monster hunter first introduced in the Werewolf by Night Disney Plus special. This also features the first appearance of Amaranth, a princess of Scarlet Witch. Now, we typically recommend picking up the first appearance of new characters in Marvel titles, and this one here has 2 first appearances. Now, Joshua Joven has already appeared on the small screen in that Werewolf by Night Disney Plus special. Now, depending upon the popularity of this character in that particular special, that'll definitely affect collector interest in the first comic book appearance. This here also does have the first appearance of the Scarlet Witch apprentice. Now, like we always mention, you guys, if these characters hit the small screen or big screen, collectors will race back to these comics and try to find the first appearances. Since this issue does have 2 first appearances, this one here is one we do think you should probably pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, The Spectacular Spider-Man #8. This features the first appearance of Elementary, a new hero. Now, like we just mentioned, it's typically worth picking up the first appearance of new characters in Marvel titles, especially Spider-Man titles. Anytime there's a new character introduced into the Spider-Man universe, whether it's a hero or villain or a secondary character, these are books you definitely want to have in your collection. Spider-Man, probably the most popular and most heavily collected franchise for Marvel Comics. Anytime they introduce a new character into that universe, these are books you want to own. And this here features a new hero, Elementary, so this is one, in our opinion, that's definitely worth picking up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Ultimate Spider-Man #10. This features the possible first cameo appearance of Ultimate Black Cat. Now, like we mentioned before, with these possible first appearances or these possible first cameos, you definitely want to get confirmation that this here is indeed the first cameo appearance before you decide to pick this one up. If this is not the first cameo of the Ultimate Black Cat, you could probably skip on this one. But also keep in mind that this here is a possible first cameo appearance, not the possible first full appearance. It's typically the first full appearance of new characters that collectors want later on. But cameo appearances are still collected. There is still a premium attached to them, but nothing like the first full appearances. So also keep that in mind if you choose to pick this one up. If it turns out that this here is a confirmed first cameo, then this here is one you may want to pick up and add to your collection. If not, you could definitely skip on this one. And finally, from Marvel Comics, Wolverine #2. This features the first appearance of New Wendigo. Now, this is one we do think you should pick up for your collection. Wolverine #1, the premiere issue of this new title series, that was a huge hit with fans and collectors. I think it's already gone back for a second or maybe even third printing. And this particular issue, Wolverine #2, this actually features the first appearance of New Wendigo. Hugely popular character, hugely important character in the Wolverine universe. So in our opinion, this here is a book you definitely want to pick up. Go ahead and grab this one. And now for the honorable mentions. From Marvel Comics, Miles Morales Spider-Man #25. This features the debut of the Vibranium Spider-Man suit. Now, just like the first appearance of new characters, we typically recommend picking up the first appearance of new suits, new costumes, new superpowers, or new artifacts in these Marvel titles. If one of these artifacts or new costumes hit the screen, collectors will race back to the comics and try to find the first appearance. And this issue does feature the debut of the Vibranium Spider-Man suit, so in our opinion, this one's probably worth picking up. If Marvel does something with this Vibranium suit, this is one you definitely want to own. You don't want to chase it down years later for a lot more money. So in our opinion, another one you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Mystique #1. This is the debut of a new Mystique costume. Now, just like we mentioned, it's typically worth picking up the first appearance of new costumes in Marvel titles. This here is the first appearance or debut of this new Mystique costume. This one here may not be as important or may not be as collected as the Vibranium Spider-Man suit that we just mentioned. It really depends on what Marvel does with this new Mystique costume. If they bring this to the screen, small screen or big screen, collectors will have an interest in this, race back to the comics and try to find the first appearance. If not though, and this new costume just appears in this new title series, or in this storyline or this story arc, this may not be all that important in the future. So this one here is definitely going to be a little more speculative if you choose to pick it up. But once again, it is a new costume for a well-established character, so probably worth picking up for the cover price. Grab this in here for a spec if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list and take a look at it later on. Next up from Marvel Comics, Uncanny X-Men #4. This is the possible identity reveal of the Ending, a massive threat to mutants. Now, since this here is a possible identity reveal, this is one you definitely want to get confirmation on. If they actually do reveal the identity of the ending in this issue, this character is supposed to be a huge threat to mutants, so revealing the identity of this character may be a big deal. Typically it's the first appearances of characters that collectors want later on, but if there's a huge identity reveal and it's done really well, it will resonate with collectors and fans, and they will also want that identity reveal issue. Now, since this here is the possible identity reveal, like I said, definitely get confirmation. If it is, this is one you may want to pick up to spec on. Otherwise, you could pass on this one. And finally, from Boom Comics, Vicarious #1. A young man finds just what he's looking for in the secret world of proxies. Young, pretty, ambitious hustlers like himself who allow the rich access to their feelings and experiences through a technological implant. Now, this one here sounds like it lends itself very well to a small screen, big screen project, and Boom Comics has had a lot of their titles picked up an option in the past. This story here sounds like it'd make a great sci-fi or techno thriller, and like I said, easily translatable to screen. This sounds like a really cool story, a great spec in our opinion. It will be speculative because you are specking on this getting picked up an option, getting a lot more eyes on this particular title, and getting a lot of collectors to race back and try to find this book in the secondary market. But like I said, a great spec in my opinion. So grab this here for a spec if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list, but definitely keep an eye on this one. So there you have the 8 titles that we have for you guys this week. There's definitely some books in there you guys should pick up for your collection. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.